Hey folks, welcome to the Substack 30-day challenge where you show up for 30 days on Substack to learn about the platform and to be a better storyteller. So what is this exactly and why am I doing this? Well, Substack's a great place to connect with readers, basically. I've really come to enjoy it in the last few years, and I've posted a few things, but I've just noticed recently there's a lot of folks showing up, and they're folks that seem interesting to me. And so I thought, well, if I really want to do this, storytelling in earnest, I need to do it in public, and I need to do it in a place where folks who are ready to potentially hear my message are going to hear it. Now you can put it on your web. There's a lot of good reasons to put it on your website. Put it on social media. Good reasons for that too. But Substack has kind of all that stuff all in one spot. So I think that's a great reason why to focus on that platform. And another good reason I like Substack and want to do a 30-day challenge there is that it is a place that's probably not going to turn into crap like so many other platforms do. Why do they turn into crap? Well, because they need to pay for themselves. And thankfully, Substack already has a built-in method for paying for itself, and that is through member fees for those subscriptions that are paid memberships. That pays for the whole site for everybody, for all the free stuff. So I'm not doing a paid membership right now, but I am appreciative of those folks who are paying so potentially to keep the platform pretty great as it is. So I also like that it is getting more and more multimedia capable. It's getting audio and video. There's even a podcast function that I'm interested in checking out. I'm a pretty good WordPress user. I know how to set up my own site, but a lot of people don't. And so Substack could be a great place for you to kind of have an all-in-one solution as you're just starting out. I still advocate having your own site, and there's even this thing called a digital garden, which is a different type of site, which I'm really excited about, that I'll be talking about in this series, because it's a way to learn to write in a different way, in a public way. Lost my train of thought. Where was I? Oh yeah, podcasting, audio, video. It's also got some social media functions, which I didn't put that in my notes here, but I'm going to add that. The social media functions seem to be getting better and better. So what are we going to learn? We're going to learn some of the tech, like I've already talked about all that. But most importantly for me, and I think for everybody, is just to get better at telling your story. Yeah, the platforms are going to come and go, but a storytelling skill is something that can stick with us always. And we want to get our message out to the world, and we want to connect with the people who are ready to hear that message. And so a great way to do that is to show up every day, make yourself a little bit uncomfortable, and show up and do something every day. Now, you don't have to post every day, I don't think, to do this successfully, but I think you need to post at least once a week. I'm going to do it every day because I'm an idiot. Well, okay. I've tried posting every day in the past, and it's hard. I get bored. But hopefully I've put in all this tech stuff, which I am fascinated by tech, and I'm attracted to tech. And so I'm hoping that all the tech interest is going to keep me continuing to tell the story. And I'm going to put in my own narrative, which I'm going to do it from the beginning and tell a little bit every day. I'm only going to hopefully do this for 15 minutes a day, although I spent 3 hours setting this thing up, just this recording piece. But I'm going to tell a little bit every day, and so that's another way I'm kind of tricking myself into showing up every day, because I've got to continue to tell that narrative. So we'll see if it works. But a little bit more about the storytelling practice, which is another thing I'm really excited about. This idea that you can learn by showing up and doing a little bit of something every day, or in a regular, it could be every week, do it in a regular fashion. It gives you a way to get those ideas out of your head. It gives you a way to connect with others and get some feedback. And then you try to explain something and you're like, I don't quite know how to explain this. I thought I did, and so it tells you where the gaps are, and so, but it also gets you working in this virtual cycle. Cycles are something that I'm really fascinated about. Learning cycles, personal growth cycle. I'm a coach. The change cycle, the hero's journey. That stuff is just amazing. And tapping into the power of understanding that cycle, you can really learn to not get lost and not to get so frustrated, because you remember, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be frustrated, and then this part of the cycle. Eventually, it's not going to be this way. I'm going to move on to the next phase. I just kind of have to wait it out now that I understand how this works. So the virtual cycle thing is really important. And also, whenever somebody says, what do you mean when you say this? And you're like, well, I need to go write another piece about that and do another video or write another article. Or, I don't know, I need to go learn that. I hadn't thought of it that way. So that's a great way to learn. It's really the best way to learn, and one of the fastest ways to learn, which is awesome. So it's this incremental action idea. So, yeah, I already talked about this. Incremental action, taking small steps towards your larger goal, breaking it down into actionable, doable parts. That's a big piece of it too. You know, it's got to be doable. That's why I'm saying I'm just going to try to focus on something small, because my tendency is to make, like this video is already too long, to make it go on and on. So I'm going to make it small and make it manageable. Also, very, very, very important is to have fun. I want to have fun with it. When you have fun with your work, other people will be more attracted to that, because everybody wants to have fun. Yeah, we want to show up and do our work too, but why not have fun while you're doing it? So, who am I to do this? I'm David Bourne. I am not a Substack expert. I am a coach, personal growth coach, life coach, and I love tech. I have 35 plus years of experience teaching and doing all sorts of digital media type stuff, and I want to learn Substack. And so I'm doing this as a public project to learn in public, and I am encouraging you to join with me and learn how to tell your story. I'm going to be telling mine, but I'm hopefully going to do it in a way that inspires you to say to yourself, how can I do that for me too? Because I want to tell my story. I want to connect with folks. I want to help make a greater change in the world. So this 30-day Substack, it's day one. We'll see how it goes, but I hope you will participate in some way. If you found this, awesome. And we'll just keep on going.